I always dream of moving abroad, and this was the very first day of my new adventure as a Mexican student in Sweden. I got to the Tampico airport early and stumbled upon this amazing Mexican candy shop. They even had giant mazapanes and also lollipops or Tutsi paletas. Seeing all these popular candies from my country made me feel a bit nostalgic. I decided to grab a few sweets to bring to my new friends in Sweden so they can also get a little taste of my culture. And of course, I had green chilaquiles for breakfast and they were really good. I suddenly felt some weird stares on me, and oh my god, it was the famous Tampico aliens coming to say goodbye too. Not long after that, it was time to board my flight to Mexico City, and I was getting super excited even though I already knew a long journey to Sweden was waiting for me with several layovers spread across different days. But that flight in particular didn't take too long. My luggage arrived safely and the hotel where I stayed was super close to the terminal. That night I went out to have dinner with my family, and even though I tried to rest as much as I could, the anxiety and adrenaline were already there because my dream was finally about to come true. But since it was already morning and I was hungry again, I had some more chilaquiles because you can never have enough. And after that I had to wait another 5 or 6 hours at the terminal for my flight to depart, so I picked up some more treats and snacks for my friends, especially the spicy ones, because I'm sure they'll be curious about tamarindo, and what better way for them to try it than in person. Plus I can't wait to see their faces when they do. And as I was saying, my flight wasn't until the evening, so I had plenty of time to explore the airport. I even met more Mexicans who were heading to Europe like me, though not necessarily to the same destination. But since I was wearing way too many layers to avoid going over the luggage weight limit, I was overheating and super tired, and that was just the start of my 9-hour and 38-minute journey to Amsterdam. Honestly, the time flew by. Well, we already know I was super tired, and going through immigration was pretty smooth since I just showed my residence permit card, and I think my layover was about 3 hours before my next direct flight to Stockholm. I have to confess I was really nervous because at the next stop I no longer had connecting flights, and I had less than 2 hours to pick up my luggage, almost 23 kilos each, and check them in again for my final flight. If there was any delay, I would probably have to stay at the airport or pay for a super expensive hotel night. On top of that, I had to rush from Terminal 2 to Terminal 5 carrying everything in record time. It wasn't my first time at Arlanda Airport, but believe me, I was way too stressed. It was the last flight to Visby of the day and there was no way I was gonna miss it. Once I finally got on the plane, I was super excited and ready to arrive at my new Viking island. After waiting for years, planning what to bring and gathering everything essential over the past 2 weeks, it was finally all happening. And I know it can be scary and challenging to venture into the unknown, but I'm sure this was one of the best decisions I've ever made. So follow me, you wanna see the rest of the adventure.